Welcome back to the shipyard, specifically Review Corner. Today, we're looking at the IKS Drovana. Yeah, I'm only going back 9 months this time. Wave 24, May of 2016. It doesn't feel like that long ago. I'm going to start with the ship, like I almost always do. When I first reviewed this on Warp Core Breach, I basically trashed it. I'm wrong. This is quite possibly the best named ability on a Vor'cha class, and that is because its ability works every single time. It is when defending. During the compare results step, you may discard one of your non-disabled upgrades to cancel one hit or crit result. It's a discard to cancel a hit or crit. If you build your ship with the purpose of making this happen, it works so well. You're adding durability to your ship. Now, it is only one per round, so this is not the be-all, end-all of defensive abilities, but it's better than the other Vor'chas that are out there. So if you're going to go named, go for the Drovana, because it works. That being said, don't necessarily do it if you're going for Captain Core, because this does only have one crew slot. It doubles up on weapons, which is great if you're running Sakona and then discounting weapons and throwing on all those cheap 1 and 2 point weapons that are now free, because then you'll have 3 weapon slots, which amounts to 3 things you can discard. So, yeah, it serves its named ability. You just need Sakona or even Tasha Yar now to make it work, but Sakona's better. Our captain is Kern. He's skill 5 with a talent slot, costs you 3 points. During the combat phase, each time you defend, you may reroll one of your battle station's results. If this card is assigned to a Klingon ship, you may reroll up to 2 of your battle station results. Kern may field 1 elite talent upgrade, so it's not a full talent slot. Kern can just take a Klingon elite talent, which is thematic. I'd almost like to see that applied to more captains, but the pain of trying to code it for Space Dock, and really the pain of trying to remember it, because you look at a card, you go, oh, this doesn't have a talent slot, I can't take a talent, but then you read the text and you go, oh, I can't. Also, why just battle stations? Blanks and battle stations. Just better. At least it's an each time. That much is nice. Defensive captain, he's okay. The star of this pack is Admiral Gowron, though. Or Captain Gowron. He's a skill 5 captain or a +0 admiral, but he gives you a talent slot. He'll cost you 3 points. Of course he's unique. Action or fleet action. If there is not already a battle station token beside your ship, place a battle station token beside your ship. In addition, if your ship is a Klingon ship with a Klingon captain, you may immediately perform an additional action from your action bar as a free action. Gowron was fantastic throughout the Klingon Civil War OP, and I submit to you that he will continue to be great. He will not be at the level he was, but he will be a very good admiral going forward. He will even be a very good skill 5 captain, because you put him on a Klingon ship, and he fulfills the requirement of being a Klingon captain on a Klingon ship, and so he's a free battle station every single round on a ship that doesn't necessarily have battle stations, unless you put him on the Groth, but don't do that, because that's not a great ship. You want Vor'chas and Brels, really. But he's what the Klingon faction needs. They need access to battle stations, and he's a fantastic way to do it. And for only 3 points, it works really, really well. So yeah, then we get a whole bunch of upgrades. There is one really good one, though, and that is detonation codes, or as I will now call them, det codes. They're a talent, 4 points, unique. Action, discard this card to target a minefield token within range 1 to 3. Roll the number of attack dice listed on the mine's upgrade card -1. All ships within range 1 of that minefield token suffer damage as normal from any hit or crit results. The affected ships do not roll any defense dice. Remove the minefield token after it is detonated. So, you either bring this thinking your opponent will bring cloaked mines, or you bring your own cloaked mines. You hope your opponent comes towards them, or you bring lure on other ships and you lure them into your own cloaked mines. Yeah, that's a thing. And then you deck code and do more damage to them. This is a very worthwhile thing. It's a great start. We need more minefield detonations. Even if it's something that doesn't roll dice, just removes the minefield, we need it. And we need it to be non-unique. So I love deck codes. I hate seeing them when I bring cloaked mines, because I know my cloaked mines aren't going to last, but deck codes are a great addition to the game. Alright, that was the good. Now for the not as good. We've got a crew, Vor'cha, 5-point unique. When attacking during the modified defense dice step, you may disable this card to force the defending ship to reroll one of its defense dice of your choice. When defending, you may roll your full defense dice in spite of the presence of an opponent's scan token. So, he's a very situational bonus defense die, but not always. And then, he's a disable to force one reroll. Oh, and you have to modify their dice before they modify their dice, so you can make them roll an evade into a battle station, but they can spend a battle station and turn it back into an evade. Yeah, if anything, he's overpriced. We'll get him to sickbay and repair him eventually, so I don't want to steal thunder from my own segments, but he is definitely overpriced. As such, I cannot support taking him for anything other than the sake of theme. And I don't remember him from DS9 at all. So for that reason, I'm out. We do get Cloaked Mines. They're an exact copy of the ones that came in the Coronar prize pack. So if you have those, you're good. If you don't, then you can get Klingon Cloaked Mines. The Romulan ones are better, but if you play in Purity, then here's Klingon ones. So during the planning phase, you can discard this, place a minefield token within range 1 of your ship, but not within range 3 of an enemy ship. And then if an enemy ship passed within range 1 of the token, you roll 3 attack dice, -1 if the ship immediately performs a scan action, and then hits and crits damage the ship as normal. So, the deployment zone is a little wacky. Not within range 3 gives the enemy a ton of room to avoid them. Okay, there's photon torpedoes here. They give you a bonus on Vor'cha class. We don't really care. So, our tech, and there are 2. Emergency power, 4-point, non-unique. During the activation phase, if there is an Aux power token beside your ship, you may disable this card to either perform a red maneuver or perform an action. It's cool. I like it. The performing a red maneuver side of it was done with the Feds and secondary impulse reactor for 1 point. Performing an action, I think we've seen done for like 3 or 4 points. So having the choice, yeah, it works. But emergency power, thematically disable. I was going to say time tokens, but time doesn't fix emergency power. You got to repair it. I like the card. I don't like the use of it. I don't really support it, but I can't complain too much. I'm going to take my lumps when I'm on Aux and just deal with it rather than spend 4 points to do something. I guess I can see it working in scenario play. If there's a situation where I have to do a come about and I still want to be able to do an action, because this doesn't even limit me to action bar actions. This is any action I want. So if there's a scenario where I need to beam somebody up from a planet or interact with an objective in some way, I could see this working. So keep it in mind for missions. Organized play, not so much. Alright, last card in the pack. Security Sensors. 5-point, non-unique. If an enemy upgrade or captain targets your ship, immediately place an evade token beside your ship, even if there's already one there. That's cool, but way too expensive. Also, why not admirals? So, yeah, I mean, I like that it's passive. That much is cool. It still only works once per round. Actually, no. It works all the time because it doesn't say May. So, there you go. If your opponent is targeting you a whole bunch, that's a thing, but unfortunately the game doesn't work that way. So, yeah, I'd like to see this as maybe a 2-point card, and then I'd get on board. But, yeah, that's the Drovana. Like I said, the ship is so much better than I thought it was. And Admiral Gowron is absolutely fantastic. He's the answer that Klingons have needed for such a long time. Deck codes, again, a fantastic card. So this pack has 3 fantastic cards. 3 cards that are in probably the top 30 that Klingons use, maybe even the top 20. Actually, maybe even the top 10 of cards that see competitive play for the Klingon faction. And when you have that, this pack becomes a must-buy. And that's what I can say. That's all I can say. I can't oversell it more than that. So go out, find this pack, and buy it. Anyways, hopefully you guys are on board with that. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, we'll see you around the shipyard. Take care, guys.